is group number 8, and we'll be presenting about change management. So here I've got my group members. Myself, I'm Doris Lalaedwa. We have Mdoda, GN. We have Mkosana, Z. We have Mangola, S. Abongile. We have Mbodo. We have Ntini. And I will be introducing what we'll be doing in our group, the assignment. So the assignment is about change management in the work environment. Among others, it also covers the concept of change management, what it entails, the process, the benefits, how these can assist in enhancing the media company or the working environment. In the assignment, there is some different models used in implementing change management perspectives, reasons for applying change, different states of change competency, and resistance. So I'll just be defining what is change management. So according to Prosky, 2014, change management is the process, the tools, and the techniques to manage the people's side of change to achieve the required business results. So what it means change management is it is focusing on the people's side, meaning the talent, and also what the business wants to achieve. So there is a project change management, the technical side of the project, and there is change management, the people side of change or of the project. Change can be macro, it can be at an international level, it can be nationally, it can be organizationally and individual. So it focuses on different things. You cannot really say change will focus on individuals, but as it focuses on individuals, it also focuses on the organization itself. For an example, the national level of change management could be dealing with high crime rates and needing the planning, the phases, the strategies, the models, the perspectives, the leaders to be engaged, the managers to implement and enforce the necessary change that is needed in that regard. So I will hand over to my other member.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Nokbonga Mtota.
Okay.
My name is Nokbonga Mtota. I will continue with the change management. Change management is the discipline framework for driving business results by changing behavior. Change management, it entails managing the effect of new business process change in an organizational structure or cultural change within an enterprise. The change is to apply effective practice in anticipate and minimize resistance. Enterprise. According to Joshua M. Change management is an employee management engagement in emotional commitment employees. It also includes the culture. The term change, culture change could mean any change in an organizational culture, from recruitment strategies to working from home. But what culture change means to organization in the effect of employee engagement and the reason they have been so successful. Organizational change focuses on planning and implementing transaction change. Operating the slide. Quick short-term change activities as long with or in additional to transitional transformation change, deep long foundation change in order to facilitate delivery of sustainable organizational outcome of the benefits at minimal cost of risk. The change process have five, 6 stages. The first stage of change management is research and evaluation. What is currently working on and what isn't? What are your people saying? You probably don't need to do another survey unless you think you need to ask different questions. Change management is within all the organizations because people in the organizations, they came up from different backgrounds. So it needs to be considered in such a way. Cultures must know everyone's culture and must obey and respect the culture's background. The second stage is engage leaders, coach and development. There is no point trying to engage your people in your leaders and engaged. Engage with your leaders, show the findings, and don't blame, don't justify, and be honest. The third stage, make immediate change, start making changes immediately. On that stage, you show your people they have been listened and you are taking action. Don't just talk about it on the employees. You have to make sure that you engage them on the change. There are many who complete research and identify what is needed to change, but then they stop and the most difficult part of the action. Therefore, the fourth stage of change management is to engage your team. Let people know you. Let people know you will be doing things differently. They should have already noticed some changes from stage 3. So you will already have more credibility. Let them know what they can expect on their leaders and managers. And also involve them in the change process. Be honest about the results of the change you need to do. Discuss expectation for change, not just your part, but on their part too. The fifth stage is the implementation of process to embed them. Ensure that the process of embedding a new behaviors. You create a behavioral standards and suggest a system where leaders are coaching on the fortnightly basis against those behavioral standards. Change management is also the last stage is to review progress. Review, measure progress, and follow up. At this stage, at approximately 6 months intervals, re-interview to establish how you are doing, what is working well, and what still need to be changed, and communicate again. There should be no surprise between the engagement of people and coaching on the fortnightly basis. You will already know what progress you have made. Change management have them. Have the have hierarchy and service delivery. On these stages, the plan, which involves the development of capacity of leadership and managers to manage and encourage employees, optimize their outputs, and effectively management relationship in order to achieve organizational goals. And the hierarchy maintain and develop effective and efficient business processes and systems that will facilitate optimal and consistent performance. The service delivery enables an environment in which the spirit of customer service in the organization can be put in practice. And lastly, the service delivery. I will take this, I'll forward this to my other member will continue.
Okay, thank you so much. So I will talk about change management in the media industry context. So at an organizational level, in a media environment or organization, in our case, and as HR, it is vital to spot out the necessary change or the objective that we are looking forward to achieve that is needed by the stating of the current status. For an example, to see what is it that we want to change now, where are we now as an organization? For an example, SABC News, as a media organization, they needed more staff maybe during COVID-19 pandemic to be working all over the country, requiring advanced technological skills to be able to broadcast news and deliver it to the entire nation and even internationally. Identifying the gap, therefore, is very vital. For an example, do people need skills? What skills do they need? And then you propose a new system that will work towards achieving that specific goal that you have just spotted. So the organizational change management is a systematic approach to planning and integrating change aligned with the business strategy that focuses on both the business and its people from a business standpoint. So after that clarification, I will hand over to Luseko.
Okay, thank you, Doris. I'm Luseko Ntini. I will be representing change management linked to performance. Yeah, change management linked to performance. Firstly, I will explain performance management. Performance management is the system that deals with present and future of the employee in the organization and what can be done to assist with the future performance and to meet the future goals. This defines the organization's interaction with an employee at every step of the way these major life cycles occurs. That is explained by Hartfield in 2016, page 2. And also Armstrong is actually saying that it is a continuous process of identifying and measuring the development performance in the organization by linking each individual performance and objectives to the organization's overall missions and goals. So there are two main components of performance management: continuous process and link to mission and goals. So I will start with continuous process just to elaborate a few things about continuous process. Continuous process in performance management is ongoing. It involves ever-ending process of setting goals and objectives, observing performance, giving and receiving ongoing coaching and feedback. When we link performance management or change management to missions and goals of the company, It states that managers ensure that employees' activities and outputs are congruent with the organizational goals and help the organization to gain a competitive business advantage. That creates a link between the employee performance and organizational goals and makes the employee contribution towards the organization. So I'll go straight after that to I'll go straight to performance management and performance management contribution to change management. What I will dwell in there, I will speak about this. There are many advantages associated with this implementation of performance management system. The first one is performance is motivation to perform is increased. Motivation to perform is increased. Receiving feedback about the performance of the people increases motivation for the future performance, which means that if let's say you are transparent in terms of performance, people will perform better and that will make the organization to perform better. Knowledge about how one is doing and recognizing one's past success provide fuel to the future accomplishment. Then I will go to the second one. Self-esteem is increased. Receiving feedback about one's performance fulfills a basic need to be appreciated and valued at work. This in turn is likely to increase employees' self-esteem. The third one is managers gain insight about subordinates, direct supervision, and other management and other managers in charge of the appraisal. Gain new insights into the person's appraisal. The importance of knowing your employees is highlighted by the fact that Management Standards Center has recognized the development productive relationship with colleagues, and they say that is a key competence for managers. Develop productive working relationship with colleagues, gaining insights into performance and personality will help the managers to build their relationship with that person. Also, supervisors gain a better understanding of each individual contribution to the organization. Moving forward, I will go to step forward. The job definition and criteria are clarified. The job of the person being appraised may be clarified and defined more clearly. In other words, employees gained a better understanding of the behaviors and results requires of their specific position, which means that employees also gain a better understanding of what it takes to be a successful performer in the organization. Going to step 5, self-insight and development are enhanced. The participants in the system are likely to develop a better understanding of themselves and of the kind of development activities of the value that as they progress through the organization. So which means that if you have a value in the organization, then there's an explanation of whatever you are doing. That will give an employee a better understanding and the way to perform better. Personal actions and more fair and appropriate, which is step 6. Performance management system provides valid information about performance, which can be used for personal actions such as merit increase, promotions, transfers, as well as terminations. In general, a performance management system helps to ensure rewards are distributed in a fair and credential manner. In turn, such decisions based on a sound performance change management system led to improved interpersonal relations and enhanced supervisor support and trust, which says that if, let's say, everything is transparent, then the supervisor will get trust to its subordinates. The stage 7 organizational goals are made clear. It's simple. It states that to performance management, you must be clear to everything you are doing. If, let's say, you tell the employees, our performance must start from here to there, then the organizational goals means that then the employees will understand The goals of the unit and the organization are made clear, and the employee understands the link between what he or she does and organizational success. If that is clear, then the employees will contribute more better and make sure that the company's performance is better. Employees become more competent. That is the other stage. An obvious contribution is that the performance of the employees is improved. In addition to that, it is a solid foundation for development and improving employees by establishing development plans. Once you have development plans, then the employees will be competent. Page 9, we said there is a better protection for lawsuits. Data that is collected through performance management system literally assists to document compliance with regulation. For example, equal treatment of all employees, regardless of sex and ethnic background. When performance management systems are in place, arbitrary performance evaluation are more likely to be done, which resulting in an increase and exposure to litigation. Going to the next step, step 10, there is a better and more time differentiation between good and poor performance. So if the explanation is clear, performance management system allow for a quicker identification of good and poor performance. Also, force supervisors to face up and address performance problem on timely basis, e.g., for example, the problem is too costly and cannot be remediated, which means that if, let's say, the problem is bad and then we find out there is no change, we have to inform the employee so that he doesn't just see that his contract is terminated. He must understand that the time he go inside the company, there is a performance standard which is given to actually be obliged to. The last step, supervisors' view and performance are communicated. And then what I'm gonna go to straight is that organizational change is facilitated. Performance management system can be a useful tool to drive organizational change. For example, assume an organization decides to change its culture to give to priority to product quality and customer. Once the new organizational direction is established, performance management is used to align the organizational culture with the goals and objectives of the organization to make change possible. Employees are provided with training in the necessary skills and are also rewarded to improve performance so that they have both the knowledge and the motivation to improve product quality and customer relations. I'll give to the next person to proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day. My name is Zabongile Mancola, and I'll be covering the benefits of change management. So, as mentioned in the concept of change management, change management plays an integral part or role in organizations, as it's effective in supporting a smooth transition from the old to the new, while ensuring that productivity, morality, and even the company image remains positive. As according to IMD Learning, change management is critical as its benefits enhance both organizations' perspective and individual perspective. Meaning that with the individual perspective, it's the understanding of how one or a person makes change successfully, directly enhancing change in how they do their day-to-day work and their acceptance and use of the solution, which determines the success of the project and the ongoing benefit derived from the change. And with the organizational perspective is that it is the tools that project teams and managers have to support the people side of change, meaning that these actually play out the synergy and they actually formulate an organization or environment which enhances improved communication, increase productivity, reduce stress, improve decision making, and enhance employee morale and enhance creativity for a positive work environment. So I'll be going over to the next slide. In addition, The benefits of change management will allow organization in a media environment, in this case, to help align existing resources with the organization. They'll create a brilliant and ecstatic opportunity for development of the best practice in the organization, maintain or even enhance and develop a high morale, increase productivity and competence, reduce stress and anxiety, which causes panic and the ability of acceptance of change, which will impact negatively on the organization. Assess and understand the need and impact of change in an organization, being centrally in a competent industry. And lastly, it will strictly align and forge a synergy of resources within an organization, which will in turn will support the change implemented or that is about to occur for the efficiency of the environment. So all in all, the other aspects also include like it will also provide solutions on challenges more efficiently. It will enhance a better working environment and increase employee acceptance. So these benefits can actually enhance the business in the overall aspect, as they can actually get to reduce and limit the chances of failure for short-term, medium, and long-term goal for any company or any organization. And the other benefits can be that it increases the employee acceptance of change which has been implemented for the overall strategy of the organization. And an effective change management processes um, lowers risk associated with change, as change management actually allows the organization to assess the overall impact of change management. So in addition, with change management, it helps that everyone is on the same page and understand why change is happening and what will be needed from adjusting effectively from it. So that's the whole thing about the benefits of change management. And I'll be actually handing it over to my other classmate, which is Uzusaki, to cover the other benefits of change management.
Oh, thank you, Abungile. Good day. I'm Zusaki Mkosana, and I'll be continuing with the benefit of change management. So, according to to Gala, one of the most frequently reported benefit of change management, especially in the media environment, is an improved of the work environment. The more flexible managers are in change management, the better working environment for the employees, as they will be able to adapt with the change happening in the organization. So I also have the strategic advantage. So planned change management allows you to include specific tasks and events that are appropriate for each stage in the change process, which will lead the organization to a strategic advantage. So with change comes opportunities, and change management can help to unleash the creativity of employees as they explore new ways to do things. Change management provides a way to anticipate challenges and report to them efficiently. So I also have improved decision making. By establishing a clear process for decision making, change management can help to ensure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to make change. Create an opportunity for for the leadership development and team development who will make an informed decision. I also uncertainty about the future can cause a lot of stress for employees, and change management helps to minimize this by providing clarity and structure of how to deal with the change. Um, Through accurate change management, the employees can be less stressful, which will lead to high productivity for the business. And then according to John, the less stressful the employee is with the change, the more productivity the business will be. And then lastly, I have improved communication. When employees are properly informed about changes that is happening in the business. It promotes better communication throughout the organization. It gives the employees the change to, or it gives the employees the chance to be part of the change process. Communication not only eases the change process, but also generates a collaboration that promotes a better understanding of what you and your team are working to achieve. Also, it helps to develop a sense of belonging that will guarantee that everyone is on the same page and up to the change. And then I'll be handing over to my other colleague.
Thank you, Zusake. My name is Tumela Mbodo. I'm going to discuss the processes of change management. So in today's world of constant change, change management has emerged as one of the most important success criteria for any business. So the business world is evolving quickly, and firms have to deal with an unprecedented global crisis, as well as changing customer patterns, the change of market laws, technology that advances. So because of this, the planning for change should be a primary priority. Also, when it comes to the media industry, it is being challenged by the rise of social media, the crisis of refinancing, especially for quality news media, and misinformation epidemic, and also the changing of the roles of the legacy in the media industry. So I will be looking into John Cotter's change processes. So he has 8 steps that one should look into. The first step is to determine the agency of change. So this means that you should create agency. It also simply refer to focusing on a moment of opportunity that is open today but may close tomorrow. So it's also a chance like this will bring people together. It will unite them around a common interest and clarify where the emphasis of work should be. So this change, this sense of agency implies that you can link an external change factor to a unique capability of your organization, as well as the stakes of you succeed in the consequences should you fail. So the second step is to form a strong leading change. So this group must include members from multiple levels of the hierarchy and also present a wide range of function. They also must receive information about the organization at all levels and ranks, and also the information must be synthesized into a new way of working. So also the bottom-up management is the most well-known idea. It can also be used by involving them in decision making, so that makes them feel relevant as part of the company's aims and objectives. The third step that I will be discussing is to create a new vision. So by developing a strategic vision that inspires action while avoiding any misinformation that can confuse the stakeholders, that that can also align them into their action, and also a vision that explains how the future will differ from the past and how it will become a reality. So this vision should have 6 key characteristics, and for a clear vision, it should be imaginable, it should be desirable, it should be feasible, it should be focused, and also be able to be communicatable. The fourth step is to notify all people for the new vision. So the creation of the new vision requires an effective communication plan and technique to notify all organization stakeholders. So a large-scale change can only take place when a number of workers get together around and share opportunity and also move in the same direction. So also by gaining their emotional support and helping them develop a mindset necessary to take part in the change process. The fifth step is to empower others to act on the vision. So this means that they should provide inspiration and a cause for individuals to join the movement. They should also have a clear vision that can go a long way in order to retain current volunteers and also attract new ones, and also to be able to acknowledge all of their efforts. The sixth step is to create a short-term win. This means that they should um, create a short-term win in a way that any accomplishment, it could be either small or big, that a company in pursuing the opportunity is a success. They could manifest as decision made, lesson learned, improved procedures, and a new behavior display. So employees' motivation and signs that the change process is producing favorable results that can both be found in a short-term success. Step number 7 is to maintain a state of emergency. So according to John Cotter, it may be considerable harder to overcome complacency and the second time if agency adequately wins the momentum is lost, then it is very simple to lose focus on the main objective, so which is to move the project and maintain them in the culture. It might be necessary to go over some of the first agency rising exercises all over again. Step number 8, which is the last step, is to anchor the changes in the corporate culture. So this means that this final step of change management is to embed changes in the corporate culture, in the cultural changes that comes once you are deep into a transformation, and also not at the beginning. So you first have to build the muscle and track record of experiences. And once the behavior has been successfully changed, the culture shift as people begin to associate the new behavior with improved performance. So any approach that leads, that manages, and then that encourage individuals to adopt to new practices, to adopt to technologies, system structures, and values should be embraced in change management. Last thing, according to Romo and Ferdinand, written in 2021, this necessitates the transformation of the employees that's still working for the company into a new culture. Thank you so much.
Good day yet again. So I'll be concluding the overall change management, and as mentioned, change management focuses on people, on the people side of the organizational change, meaning that it's actually focusing on the integrity and the integral part in supporting a smooth transition from the old to the new, while ensuring that the productivity and immorality and the company images remains the same. And also, change management involves both an individual and an organizational perspective, and whereby we actually involved that and said that it actually involves improved cooperation and collaboration, and the use of focus in in reducing the possibility of unsuccessful change. There's also a change management requires the action